What happened?
Leave or I'm calling the police.
I called it there was a domestic disturbance.
Well, folks, if you ask me, I feel like the promo for next week's episode of Sistas is foreshadowing for what's to happen at some point during Zatima Season 3. Zach and Fatima arrive at Heather's apartment and see a paramedic there looking like he's patching up Heather from whatever went down. Now, cops show up and say that they were called because of some sort of domestic disturbance. Now, there is a character who's just leaning against the wall while Heather's getting patched up, seemingly, an associate of hers, but who's to say? Is this the person that banged her up? Where's Michael at? I mean, we don't see him in the promo. Is it possible he was taken to the hospital? But if that's the case, why didn't Heather go with him? Now, the theory is, given that we know in season 3 of Zatima, Zach gets arrested for murder. And the main suspect in terms of, who the victim could be, or the main, person that's pointed to as potentially the murder victim, is something happened to Heather, and then Zach gets blamed. Now, it kind of makes sense when you look at how, the finger could be pointed at him. The fact that, he's shown up around the apartment a few times, and, last time he was there, he got into a brawl with Heather's boyfriend and took, his son. But then Fatima, well, even though Miss Cheryl said, whatever you did the last time you were here, that stopped a lot of these, boys she had running around here from coming around. She called Madam's crew to come take care of J-Bones and his people. We still don't know what happened. Now, that may have created some sort of like power vacuum, in that maybe messing with J-Bones, perhaps it was blamed on Heather. Like, you're the one who did this. Like, you're the one that got our boy beat up or whatever. So something may have happened to her as a result of that. Maybe she just has another abusive boyfriend. Who knows? I have no idea. But Heather might end up being killed at some point. Zach is blamed for it. And then he gets arrested. Now, in terms of who the actual killer could be, that's obviously going to be, revealed at some point. Maybe during Zatima Season 3. But I don't know. It just seems like Heather is living a very sketchy life, and it might actually catch up to her. But like I said, it could be pointed at Zach because, until he started coming around, things weren't good, but they weren't this bad. And I think that Fatima may have inadvertently made things worse when she got that crew of guys to go beat up J-Bones and whatnot, because we don't know what his connections are. And we don't know what other guys Heather's messing around with. So what do you think? Do you think that one of her boyfriends is actually really abusive? Maybe Heather was trying to defend her son, and then as a result, she got killed instead. That would be really messed up. But, at least she would go out, trying to protect her child. But, man, that would be pretty dark. But from there, you could tell that Zach would get full custody of Michael if that were the case. But I also did a video about if the DNA test was done, because let's say, Michael got injured and was taken to the hospital, and let's say he needed, like, what's it called? A blood transfusion? Like when somebody needs blood and, another person donates theirs to him, and Zach decides to do it because, oh, I'm his father. But then let's say a DNA or blood test shows like, hey, you're not a match for blood type, and the DNA shows you're not the father. Like, what's going to happen then? I could see Fatima and Zach voluntarily adopting Michael. That's just my 2 cents. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll catch you in the next video.